Calling all safety pros, risk leaders, and training champions. If your caffeine game doesn't match your mission, you're sipping from the wrong cup. At Safe Start Strategies, we've brewed up something bold, professionally themed mugs built for those who lead with purpose. Whether you're writing incident reports or running tabletop exercises, your mug should speak your language. Emergency Ops Fuels for responders on the move. Train Safe, Lead Loud for trainers making a difference. Risk Analysis Mode On for those crunching numbers and making it safer for the rest. These aren't conference freebies. They're confidence on your desk. Great for certification gifts, team recognition, or just owning your safety swagger. Find your mission mug now at TikTok Shop. Just search Safe Start Strategies #4, letter U. Lead the change. Lift the mug. Let the message show. Chapter 4. The Show Pony Effect. The wait they clapped when you entered. Polished shoes on marble floors. Your name etched in brass beside theirs. A symbol, not a soul. You smiled because that's what you were taught to do. But behind the grin, you've counted the cost of being brilliant, but boxed, of being visible, but not seen, of being praised, but never heard. They gave you a seat, but not a voice, a title, but not trust, a paycheck, but not peace. And still you rise, not for them, but for the ones who watch from the margins, who whisper your name like a prayer, who see your scars and call them sacred. This is not bitterness. This is blueprint. This is balm. This is the echo of every ancestor who walked into rooms they were never meant to survive and stayed. Let this be your mirror, your medicine, your map. The Show Pony Effect. When visibility becomes a performance. What is the Show Pony Effect? In corporate America, visibility is often mistaken for inclusion. Minority professionals are frequently placed in the spotlight, not to lead, but to perform. This phenomenon is what I call the Show Pony Effect, the experience of being paraded for optics, diversity metrics, or branding, while being denied meaningful power, voice, or influence. You're invited to panels, featured in newsletters, photographed for internal campaigns. You're praised for your presence, your story, your resilience. But behind the applause is a quiet truth. You're being showcased, not centered. You're being used to signal progress, not shape it. The Show Pony Effect is not about recognition. It is about exploitation. It's the illusion of inclusion without the substance of equity. How it shows up. The Show Pony Effect is subtle but unmistakable. It often appears in moments that seem celebratory on the surface but feel hollow underneath. Performative panels. You're asked to speak on diversity but not on strategy, innovation, or leadership. Optical inclusion. You're featured in marketing materials but excluded from decision-making spaces. Token assignments. You're tapped to represent your identity group, but not your professional expertise. Selective visibility. You're visible when it benefits the brand, but invisible when it's time to lead. These moments are framed as opportunities, but they often come without budget, authority, or follow-through. You're asked to show up, but not shape outcomes. You're celebrated for your presence, but not for your power. The emotional and psychological toll. Being a show pony is exhausting. It creates a dissonance between how you're seen and how you're valued. It teaches you that your worth is conditional, based on your ability to perform, identity, not embody leadership. Over time, this leads to emotional fatigue, constantly managing visibility without agency, imposter syndrome, questioning your legitimacy when your expertise is sidelined, resentment, feeling used, unseen, and undervalued, disconnection, losing trust in colleagues and systems that exploit your identity, burnout, performing excellence while suppressing truth. This is not just about being overlooked. It's about being overexposed and undersupported. Why it persists. The Show Pony Effect persists because it serves the system. It allows organizations to appear inclusive without doing the work of equity. It satisfies diversity metrics, calms public scrutiny, and boosts internal morale, all without redistributing power. It's easier to showcase a face than to shift a culture. Easier to host a panel than to revise a policy. Easier to celebrate a story than confront a system. And for minority professionals, this means being caught in a cycle of visibility without voice. How to handle. You cannot control how others see you, but you can choose how you show up. Here are trauma-informed strategies for navigating and disrupting the show pony effect. Number 1, name the pattern. Language is power. Call it what it is. Performative inclusion, optical diversity, identity exploitation. Naming it helps externalize the harm and reclaim your agency. I am not your brand ambassador. I am a strategist, a leader, a builder. Number 2, set boundaries around visibility. Not every invitation is an opportunity. Ask, will I have decision-making power? Will my expertise be honored? Will this lead to impact? If not, it's okay to decline. Visibility without voice is not empowerment, it's performance. 3, redirect the spotlight. Use visibility strategically. When you're given a platform, elevate others. Speak truth, share data, challenge narratives, make the spotlight a tool, not a trap. If I'm going to be seen, I will be heard. Number 4, document your impact. Keep a record of your contributions beyond the optics. Track your strategy, your leadership, your innovation. Build your archive. Don't let legacy be reduced to a photo op. Number 5, build power outside the system. Find mentors, sponsors, and communities that honor your full self. Create coalitions, launch initiatives, write your truth. Your power does not depend on their platform. I am not here to be showcased. I am here to shift the frame. The show pony effect is a symptom of a system that values performance over presence, optics over equity, and identity over impact. But you're not a prop. You are not a symbol. You are not a story to be consumed. You are a leader, a strategist, a visionary, and every time you reclaim your voice, set a boundary, or speak truth to power, you disrupt the performance. You shift the spotlight, you build a legacy. Not by being seen, but by being heard. 4, the show pony effect is a raw and revealing exploration of what it means to be paraded, praised, and positioned, but never, ever truly empowered. As the author, I wrote this chapter to name the uncomfortable truth that many people of color face, being celebrated for optics while being sidelined from influence. The direct message, I believe, is clear. Corporate spaces often elevate us for visibility and not for our voice. We're invited to panels, we are featured in newsletters and held up as proof of diversity, yet rarely are we given the authority to shape actual policy, lead strategy, or challenge very systems that have tokenized us. But the hidden message runs deeper. This chapter is a reckoning with the emotional toll of being commodified. It's about the ache of knowing that your brilliance is being used to decorate a space that still resists your full humanity. It's about the tension between gratitude and grief. Grateful, of course, to be seen, but grieving that it's not real, it's not authentic power. The show pony effect is not just about a critique. It is a call to reclaim our agency. It challenges the reader to ask, am I being showcased or am I being supported? Am I being heard or am I being handled? It affirms that we are not ornaments, we are architects, and we must move from being displayed to being decisive, from being praised to being positioned, from being the show to being the strategy. This chapter is a declaration. We are done performing excellence for applause. We are here to lead. Now I want to lead you to contemplate a few additional questions that are related to this chapter. Am I being positioned to shine or being showcased to distract? The system's refusal to change. When have you been paraded for visibility but denied meaningful voice or decision-making power? What would it look like to move from show pony to strategic partner? And what systems would need to change? Have you ever been asked to shine while others dimmed your light behind closed doors? What does it feel like to be celebrated publicly but unsupported privately? How do you navigate the tension between being the face of diversity and protecting your authenticity? Calling all safety pros, risk leaders, and training champions. If your caffeine game doesn't match your mission, you're sipping from the wrong cup. At Safe Start Strategies, we've brewed up something bold, professionally themed mugs built for those who lead with purpose. Whether you're writing incident reports or running tabletop exercises, your mug should speak your language. Emergency Ops fuels for responders on the move. Train Safe, Lead Loud for trainers making a difference. Risk Analysis Mode on for those crunching numbers and making it safer for the rest. These aren't conference freebies. They're confidence on your desk. Great for certification gifts, team recognition, or just owning your safety swagger. Find your mission mug now at TikTok Shop. Just search Safe Start Strategies #4, letter U. Lead the change, lift the mug, let the message show.